Hi, today's our topic is test cross and back cross. So now, what is meant by test cross? Test cross means when a F1 hybrid, F1 generation plant is crossed with a recessive parent, it is called as a test cross. If the F1 hybrid is crossed with the recessive parent, it is called a test cross. Back cross means when F1 hybrid is crossed back with any of the parent, either dominant or recessive parent. If F1 hybrid is crossed with any of the parent, either dominant or recessive parent, it is called as a back cross. It is called as a back cross. So test cross, we'll see how we do the test cross and what is the importance of the test cross. Already we discussed about the test cross means F1 hybrid is crossed with the recessive parent, then it is called as a test cross. All the test crosses are back crosses only. That means F1 hybrid is crossing with the recessive parent, so that it is also a type of back cross. But all the back crosses are not test crosses. All the back crosses are not test crosses, because back cross means F1 hybrid is crossed with either recessive parent or a dominant parent. That is called as a back cross. So that all the test crosses are back crosses, but all the back crosses are not test crosses. So this is a very important neat point. In the objective they may ask like this. Test cross is used to know the F1 hybrid is homozygous or heterozygous for a dominant character. Homozygous or heterozygous for dominant character. So let us see how it is done. So here we have a monohybrid cross. Capital T is a parent homozygous tall. Small t is a recessive dwarf parent plant. So at the time of gamete formation, the homozygous dominant plant releases capital T gamete. Homozygous recessive parent releases small t gamete. When they are crossed, we get capital T small t F1 hybrid. Actually, this F1 hybrid can be identified as a tall by the external feature only. By externally, what is that? Is it tall or a dwarf? How do we find the genotype of that F1 hybrid? We don't know that. Internally, what is there? We doesn't know about that. We don't know that what is the genotype of that particular capital T tall plant of the F1 hybrid. We need, if we want to find that genotype of the F1 hybrid, we need to do the test cross. How we do? Suppose the tall plant of the F1 hybrid tall plant, suppose it is a heterozygous tall, capital T small t. So it forms capital T small t gametes like this. I have written in this box. And recessive parent, no, test cross means it is crossing with the recessive parent. F1 hybrid, it is a recessive parent. I have taken like this in the box. So recessive parent small t gamete I have taken here, and then I cross it. Then what I get? Capital T small t one parent, capital T small t one more offspring, capital T small t offspring, capital T small t one more offspring, and this small t is crossed with this small t. We get small t dwarf and same thing we'll get here. Small t, dwarf plant we get. So in this class, we get two tall plants and two dwarf plant. So the ratio of this test class, is 1:1 ratio. 1:1 ratio. 1:1 ratio of plants we get in this test class. Those are tall plants and dwarf plant. So if the ratio of the test class is 1:1, that definitely the F1 hybrid is a heterozygous tall plant. We can confirm that is a heterozygous tall plant. If the F1 hybrid is a pure homozygous tall plant, if we consider that as a homozygous tall plant, if this F1 hybrid homozygous tall plant is crossed with the recessive parent, then we get capital T small t, capital T small t, capital T small t, capital T small t. All four tall plant we get. This confirms that the F1 hybrid is a homozygous tall. If we get the test cross ratio 1:1, then definitely it is a heterozygous tall. If the test cross we get all tall plants, all dominant character, then definitely we can say that is a homozygous tall plant. So here this test cross is used to find the individual whether it is a homozygous or a heterozygous for dominant character. So this is about the test cross, monohybrid test cross. This is called as a monohybrid test cross. So monohybrid test cross ratio is a 1:1 ratio. Here whatever the box we are used, that is developed by Reginald C. Punnett. So this is also called as a checkerboard. This was developed by Reginald C. Punnett. Punnett square. This is also called as a Punnett square or Punnett square. We can use such a way, or like flow chart way also we can use the symbol for crossing, showing cross. So this is about the test cross. So next, dihybrid test cross we see. Dihybrid test cross. You know dihybrid cross? In dihybrid cross, capital R, capital Y, round yellow, small r, small y, wrinkled green, plants are crossed. In first generation, round yellow plant we get. But we don't know whether it is a homozygous round yellow or heterozygous round yellow. So that we need to find what is the genotype of this F1 hybrid. For that purpose, we need to do the test cross. So what is meant by test cross? If the F1 hybrid is crossed with the recessive parent, then it is called a test cross. So then what gamete we get here? 4 type of gamete we get here. This is a F1 hybrid. It is a F1 hybrid gamete. Is a recessive parent gamete. So what is the recessive parent? Small r, small y, small y. What we get here? Small r, small y gamete we get. This small r, small y gamete is fused with the gametes of this. What are these gametes? What are the gamete? If we think it is a heterozygous round and yellow, if it is a heterozygous round, if we assume that it is a heterozygous round and yellow, then we get a gamete like this: capital R Y, capital R small y, small r small, capital Y, small r small y. So then if we cross these with these gametes of the recessive parent, then we get capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small y, small r, capital Y, small y, small r, small y, small y. Like this, heterozygous round and yellow, heterozygous round and green, wrinkled heterozygous yellow, wrinkled green. Such a way, 4 plants we get. 4 plant we get. The ratio of this dihybrid test cross is 1:1:1:1. So, if the ratio of the plant, test cross ratio of this dihybrid cross is a 1:1:1:1, then definitely this is a heterozygous round and yellow. Suppose it is a homozygous round and yellow. Homozygous round and yellow. Then what kind of gamete we get here? 2 gamete, 1 gamete we get here, capital R, capital Y. If the capital R, capital Y crossed with the recessive parent, what we get? Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Only 1 plant we get. Only 1 plant we get. So, all are round and yellow. All are round and yellow. Heterozygous round and yellow. So, this result says that the F1 hybrid is a homozygous round and yellow. Homozygous round and yellow. If the ratio of the test cross is 1:1:1:1 ratio, 4 ones are present, then definitely it confirms that F1 hybrid is a heterozygous round and heterozygous yellow. So this is the dihybrid test cross. Importance of the test cross. So there is one problem here. How many types of gametes can be produced by a diploid organism if it is heterozygous for 2 loci, and also mention the genotypes of the gamete. So here the diploid organism genotype is capital A, small a, capital B, small b. So why we are taking as a capital A, small a, capital B, small b? Heterozygous for 2 loci. Heterozygous in 2 places. Heterozygous. For example, this is one diploid organism. Then how many types of gametes are produced? This is the question here. This is the question, and those gametes, what kind of genotype can be shown? So what kind of genotype can be shown by these gametes which are formed by the capital A, small a, capital B, small b? For this, there is a formula. So number of types of gamete, 2 power n formula. N indicates that the number of where n number is hybrid traits. How many heterozygous alleles are present? How many heterozygous alleles are present here? 1, 2. Heterozygal allelic pair is present. Heterozygous allelic pair is present. How many? 2. So this n represents the number of heterozygous allelic in this plant. So then then the answer is 2 power 2. 2 power 2 square. 2 square is equal to 4. So 4 gametes are formed by this plant. So 4 gametes are formed by this. How many gametes are formed? Those are 4 gametes are formed. That is the answer for this. Then what is the genotype of this gamete? Let us see like this. So capital A, capital B, small b is there. Then we have to separate the capital A, small a like this, small a like this, and then this capital A is joined with the B and capital B and small b, and same small a joined with the capital B and small b. Then what kind of gamete we get? Capital A, capital B gamete, capital A, small b gamete, small a, capital B gamete, small a, small b gamete, small a, small b gamete. So this is the problem here. So this is a very important problem comes in the NEET examination based on this formula. So we need to know how many heterozygous alleles are there. Then we have to apply that number of heterozygous alleles in case of n. Then we get the number of gamete. If we want to know the number of genotypes of those 4 gametes, then we have to do like this. In this way, we can make gamete from this plant. So this is the way of making gametes here. Here one more problem. Total 2000 seeds are collected from the cross of capital P small p capital Q small q into capital P small p capital Q small q. So by crossing of these two plants, genotypic plant, we get 2000 seeds. Means 2000 seeds means 2000 hybrid plant we get. Among these 2000 seeds or 2000 plants, find the number of plants having heterozygous condition for the both the character. Heterozygous condition for the both the character. When we cross these two plants, we get 2000 hybrids. Among those 2000 hybrids, we see such kind of combination of the such kind of genotype of hybrids. Then what is the number of this type of plants, this genotype of plants? So we need to solve this problem. Suppose in dihybrid cross, this is a dihybrid cross. If we make a checkerboard or Punnett square, it takes time. To solve easily, there is a trick. Using the trick, we can solve this problem. How it is? So here, first of all, we need to cross these two genotypes, and then later we need to cross these two genotypes. We need to separately, we have to write here. I have written here capital P small p here, capital P small p here, and later capital Q small q, capital Q small q I have written here, and we need to cross that. If the P is this capital P is crossed with this capital P, we get capital P plant. This capital P is crossed with this small p, we get capital P small p, and this small p is crossed with this capital P, we get capital P small p. Its small p is crossed with this small p, we get small p small p, small p small p. So the number of plant we produced in this cross, capital P 1 by 4. So out of 4, 1. So capital P small p, 2 plants are produced out of 4, 2 by 4. So then it is equal to half. And then small p, how many plants are formed? 1. So 1 by 4. Out of 4, 1 by 4. 1 by 4. Then capital P 1 by 4. Capital P small p 1 by 2. Small p 1 by 4. Like that, offsprings are produced by this cross. Now capital Q small q is also crossed same like that same only. So because of that capital Q we get 1 by 4 plant. Capital Q small q 2 by 4, that is equal to 1 by 2, and small q we need to we get 1 by 4 plant. So means 1 plant we get among the 4. So what we need to know here, find the number of capital P small p, capital Q small q plants. So here how many capital P small q plants are formed? 2 by 4 or 1 by 2 we can write here, and 2 by 4. And then here capital Q small q how many are formed? 2 by 4 only, or 1 by 2. Then what we get? 2 2s are 4, 4 4s are 16. 4 by 16. 4 by 16 equal to 1 by 4. That means out of 16, 4 plants are formed. That means equal to out of 4, 1 plant will be there. So means the capital P small p, capital Q small q plants out of 16, 4, or out of 4, 1 plant we see in this. We see in this crossing, in this cross between these two plants. So in this total, how many plants are formed by this? According to this problem, 2000 plants are formed. So that 1 by 4. So this ratio, this plant probability is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 into 2000. So we need to 1 by 4 into 2000. If we do this problem calculation, we get 500 plants. So this is the answer for this question. Such a way we need to solve the problems in genetics. So we need not to do entire, we need not to prepare entire dihybrid dihybrid cross checkerboard. Simply by using the trick we can solve this problem. By making checkerboard it takes much time. To avoid that problem, to reduce the time, we have one trick. By using this trick easily within the minutes we can do this problem, solve this problem. Such a way we can solve any type of question. So this is the problem here. Now I have a problem. Heterozygous tall, heterozygous violet, heterozygous tall and heterozygous violet flowered pea plants were selfed. Total 160 plants were collected. Find the number of plant recessive for both the traits. Both the traits recessive plant. So that means small t or small v. Small v plants, we need to find number of small t, small v plant. So all of you do this problem and give the answer. One more time I'll read the problem here. Heterozygous tall and violet flowered pea plants were selfed and total 160 plants were collected. Find the number of plant recessive for both the traits. So I mean this is a plant, capital T, capital V, small v. Capital T, capital V, small v. So when these two plants are crossed, such kind of combination of the plants, how many? They are asking. So we need to solve this one. Next concept is incomplete dominance or partial dominance. This incomplete dominance and partial dominance was studied by Karl Korens. He came after the Mendel. And he used the Mendel principles for his cross, and he proved that Mendel law of dominance is false. It is not applicable in all the cases. Then he proved the incomplete dominance or partial dominance or blended dominance. So according to the law of dominance, there is one dominant allele suppress the other allele and it express the character. That is called law of dominance. But here mixed character can be incompletely dominant over the other allele and it give the intermediate color. So that it is called as an incomplete dominance. So the definition we see here, it is a phenomenon where the dominant gene not express its complete dominance and it show the incomplete character. Let us see what is happening in this incomplete dominance in the cross. So this phenomenon was observed by the Korens while working with Mirabilis jalapa. This is a 4-o-clock plant. The binomial name of this 4-o-clock plant is Mirabilis jalapa. A 4-o-clock plant. And also Antirrhinum majus. It is one of the plant named as a snapdragons or a dog plant. So the flower of this Antirrhinum majus is a dog flower, snapdragon. In these two plants, Karl Korens identified the incomplete dominance or a partial dominant. Suppose he has taken one Antirrhinum majus or Mirabilis red flower containing one plant, white flower containing one plant. So red flower is denoted by the allele capital R, white flower denoted by the small r. These two plants, the red color flower having one plant, white color flowering having one plant is crossed. So what kind of gamete we get from this red color parent capital R gamete? From here small r gamete. So here when these two gametes are fused, fertilized, in F1 generation capital R small r, one pink color flower showing plant is developed. That means according to the law of dominance by the Mendel, it should show this F1 generation should show red color only. That means red color is dominant over the recessive allele small r, so that it should show red color character, but it is not showing a red color character. It is showing a pink color character. That means red and white mixed, and it is showing a pink color. So it is not following the law of dominance, Mendel law of dominance. So Mendel law of dominance is not applicable in all the cases. So now we can self this F1 generation. What happened here? We can see in the checkerboard or Punnett square. So here we selfed this F1 generation. Then what we get? So selfed means one set of gamete we can take here, one set of gamete we take here. So capital R small r gamete we get. So capital R small r we can take in this side. In this side we can take capital R small r. When we cross these two, capital R, we get capital R red. It is a pure red. Capital R small r. This is a capital R small r. It is a pink. This is a red. And small r capital R. It can be written as a capital R small r. It is also a pink. Small r white. Such a way we get the 4 plants. Those are capital R red 1 plant, capital R small r pink 2, small r white 1. So according to the phenotypic expression, the ratio is 1:2:1. So 1:2:1 ratio of phenotypic expression is seen in the incomplete dominance. And genotypic ratio we can see. Genotypic ratio we can see here. So genotypic ratio means what? Homozygous red 1, heterozygous pink 2, homozygous white 1. So according to this also 1:2:1 ratio. So here the phenotypic ratio and the genotypic ratio is same. In the objectives they ask. According below they give the options like this ABCD. In ABCD, incomplete dominance, law of dominance, or monohybrid or dihybrid cross they'll give, and ask you to find in which options the phenotypic ratio and the genotypic ratio is equal. Then we need to say incomplete dominance is showing same ratio of phenotypic and genotypic ratio. This is called as an incomplete dominance. Who did this cross? Carl Correns. He came after the Mendel's research. So they did the Mendel. They rediscovered the Mendel crosses and Mendel laws, and finally approved. So this is about the incomplete dominance. Here one more problem is given. You need to solve this one. So this is how many types of gametes are possible from a diploid organism having genotype capital A, small a, capital S, capital C. So one more time I'll study. How many types of gametes are possible from a diploid organism having a genotype capital A, small a, capital S, small capital C. This is the problem. We need to solve this one.